Can you hear me, Hess? Hey, can you hear me?
How come I can't hear them?
Where's your volume button?
Mhm.
Did you do join with
Mhm.
sound?
Mhm.
Did you hear them before?
I heard Scott and then it went out.
We're muted, that's why.
Oh, okay. There we go.
I'm talking.
Thank you.
Talking about
That's okay. That is so cool. Oh my gosh.
All right, you got it working, Darren?
Yep, it's all on.
All right, cool. Is that Zeke's belly? That looks like
What? Is that, what are you muted for? I told Zeke to wear a suit and tie. And this is what he sent me.
Helene, you're alive, Helene.
It's a thin layer, but I'm here. Good to see everybody.
Because I didn't unmute it.
Oh, I thought you did.
No,
I thought you did when you.
no, I didn't unmute it. Jeez,
All right.
we're arguing like
Yeah,
that.
I know.
Hi. Good to see everybody.
I know. We're arguing with each other because I thought she unmuted it. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you.
See, Darren, again, you're at the wrong place.
I know.
Oh, my goodness. That looks like an Easter basket full of fun.
It's a party platter, that's for sure. At the top.
Can you turn it down?
Yeah. Is that what it's actually?
Yeah, I can hear Helene talking.
I feel like I'm that, that car, because I live near the Quaker Bridge Mall. I feel like my car has become, what is that movie with John Wayne when his horse just stops in front of that bar? Like my car just automatically veers into Old York Cellars to get those Spanish meatballs. The cooking, I don't know. I'm a fan of Spanish food. So all the food at the Quaker Bridge Mall It's like, my kids are like, oh, you really? Are you? I'm like, I'm here. I'm already here. Might as well
Food.
just
It's
get
time to
dinner.
comfort food.
Who doesn't want help with dinner?
Yes. Here, we're
Helene.
recording.
Hi, Mark.
How are you, darling?
I'm hanging in there. Sorry, feeling a little under the weather, but I am there.
Understandably so.
Yes. That second shot will knock you sideways.
It did it. It did it to me.
Oh, oof.
Scott and Lauren, we're all here, and Scott and Lauren didn't want me anywhere near them. They wanted their own private cabana.
So what are you at opposite ends of the vineyard?
Yeah, I'm actually not even allowed to be in the same section as them.
You know?
We wanted to show like the different stuff we have going on too. We thought it'd be kind of fun to show.
Oh,
We're
please.
sitting over in one of the cabanas on the deck, and we've isolated Mark over on the patio.
Yeah, with the palm trees behind us, I feel like we're in Aruba.
Let's just start with the cabanas. Number one, they're like Vegas sexy. I'm sorry, they just are.
Nice.
They are really.
They are. I keep saying to David, if the cabanas are a rocking, don't come a knocking. He's like, please stop saying that. Like, no, really.
There have been a couple times when it was colder where I had to unzip a cabana, and the
Yeah?
entire time I'm just like, oh boy.
Uh-oh.
No, it was fine.
There's the people enjoying the
A
vineyard.
knock on the cabana.
They're having a Merlot moment. That's all you can say.
Exactly.
It happens.
Oh yeah, there you go, Scott.
Oh, I love that. It is so Vegas.
Isn't it fun?
It's gorgeous. I actually had an opportunity to perform in Vegas like 2018, and just so happened to correlate with my nephew's wedding, which was in California. So we went out to Vegas, and my kids were both over 21, and we went to the Flamingo Hotel, which had these cabanas in the back, and you could rent a cabana for the day, and it was fabulous. So we did. It was so much fun. It was like who was two doors down? Who's that? There were comedians. The Pete the Magic Dragon. He was on America's Got Talent. That Pete the magician dragon. Anyway, it's a fun atmosphere. I love that. I've always been impressed the way David pivots.
I know. Gotta have cabanas.
Yeah, cabanas. And I hear that I have a really big circus tent for comedy.
You do. That's Mark.
There went the other laptop off the side of the deck.
That's not mine.
Mark's job is to show your tent.
Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. Look at this.
It's beautiful.
By the way, if perchance the computer hits the ground, it's because I tripped and fell.
Look
Someone
at
come and
this
get
tent.
me.
Isn't this amazing?
just Mark, if you fall, just save the computer if you could, please.
Yes. Well, that would be my second computer of the pandemic. The day the pandemic started, I spilled coffee all
So
over it.
good.
I had to get a new one.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get out of my basement and be
It's so
live
pretty.
again.
Oh, I know. The energy, I'm sure, is going to be awesome to like.
Oh my goodness. It's
And
wow.
we're sold out for. Well, we're sold out for April, so we're like moving right on into May.
it's just like every month we're going to sell out. It's just a fabulous thing, what we have going on, the great support, and it's just a safe venue, which is important.
It is.
Yeah.
Everybody can still come and enjoy, but everybody's nice and distanced and
Yeah.
and can have their own-
Comics even feel safe, which is saying a lot.
Yeah.
We'll take risks, but this made everybody pause, and it's been a nice opportunity.
I'm sure you have a lot of comedians reaching out to you too, wanting to perform.
Oh my goodness, Julia Scotti reached out. She
Oh,
was in
nice.
America's Got Talent. She's like, so you guys, back open at the winery? Like, yes. Would you like to perform? So yeah, I have her. She's June 5th. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh look, we're doing the walk around here. We thought it might be kind of fun just to sort of show what's going on over here. I mean, we got, this is new too, Helene, that he's showing you that tent over the patio. So now we
That's
have
so
a really
cool.
nice tent over the patio too.
That's so cool.
Very,
I haven't been there since, I guess, like January. So yeah, in the past few months, you guys have done a lot. I know you had to take down, oh no, we did a filming, Lauren. We were there with the cabanas when you were all set up as the village, right, in
Yep.
January.
Mhm.
So I heard you move the cabanas up to the Vista room.
Right. So where we're sitting right now is on the Vista room deck. So
Okay.
this whole deck has all the cabanas now.
Oh,
And then we've got the tent that Mark's sitting under that's on the patio. And then we have that big, beautiful tent over on the terrace that we're going to be having comedy in.
Mark, is there room for the comics to have like a fun little cabana or not?
Well, so we do have.
Because
that's
if
the-
we were to sit in the cabanas on the Vista room, I don't know if we'd ever come back and perform. I don't know. It's
I
such a
think
great spot.
we will be seeing if anyone wants kind of twilight cabanas,
Okay.
you know, on nights that we have comedy, so we can.
Okay.
They won't really be in the show per se, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, let me tell you, I got a cabana. The comedians can get it.
And
for the
Lauren,
first time
the
in Old York
cabanas on
Cellars.
the Vista room deck, they have the heaters as well with the
Yeah.
couches?
So this table right here has the heater in it. So yeah, they could turn those on too. Oh yeah, man. Like you said, it's totally sexy. We got it
Totally
going on.
sexy. And couches.
Yep. We got couches and fire
Is there an
pits.
age limit?
Yeah, these are the VIP seats,
They
right?
are VPI. This is exactly what becoming a member is all about, right?
Yep. So we kind of went ahead. We'll just kind of let everybody sort of trickle in. We wanted to do like a quick walk around. I'll just sort of introduce everybody that's here tonight. So obviously, we have Helene Angley here with us tonight. This is kind of weird to have like the double camera. So Helene is our host. She's an amazing comedian and the host of all of our comedy shows. So we're excited. We were just chatting. We're going to be kicking off comedy again this Saturday.
This Saturday.
Woot!
Yay.
Possibly. I mean, we're sold out now. If the weather's looking a little drizzly, but so we're not going to be able to open up some of our outdoor seats. But normally, yes, we would open up all the.
I don't know. It depends who you watch. You know, if you watch Channel 4, Janice Huff, you know, we got just clouds, and I think we could just maybe fit in the patio.
Janice has something else to say.
Janice has clouds.
We just
You
gotta
know,
get.
I'm always the optimist. I'm always like, well, we'll be able to make it.
We're gonna have it every month after that, so we'll have it the
Yeah,
first
we
Saturday.
have May 1st, we have June 5th, July 3rd, you know, which is great. August, September, October, always the first Saturday. So
And
excited
May
to
and
do
Ju-
that.
And May and June are open right now to
Oh,
take
awesome.
reservations.
Awesome.
Yep. And they
And
do.
we're already booking up in June.
Yeah, they're already, and they will
Who
sell
doesn't
out.
want to get out?
So when we put this this tasting out, the recorded version out to all of our club members, if you're watching this tonight or afterwards, our comedy nights sell out. So if you're interested in getting in on comedy, get in
Yeah.
on it sooner than later.
Get in there quick because they do.
And I do have a great lineup this year, a little rotation from, I do put it at an 18-month rotation. So not every comic's back from last year. I do get a lot of asks. And so I have Rodney Laney, who just filmed his own comedy special on HBO, and then Julia Scotti in June. So Rodney Laney's in May and Julia Scotti's in June. And then I have Chris Monty in August. I have people, comics from LA flying out to do the show in September. So it's a good thing.
Who knew our little comedy show would grow
I
up?
know. I sat with Lauren like 7 years ago, like, Lauren, you want to put on a comedy show? She's like, yeah, all right, we'll give it a try.
Maybe that's right. We'll see
And
how
off
it
we
goes.
went.
Fast forward. Now we're having comedians fly in from the West
Flying in
Coast.
from LA. Seriously, I can't make that up. So
All right. So yeah. So Helene, I know you're not feeling so great, so I won't keep you on long. But yes, comedy starting up on Saturday. Helene has amazing shows every month put together for us.
first Saturday of every month. Yeah.
You're amazing. The comedians are always top notch, but they do sell out. So if you guys are interested in coming out for comedy, get while you can.
Yeah, that's it. Thanks, Lauren.
No
Members
appreciate it.
get
Yep.
the members tickets, you receive a $5 credit towards any of the purchases. That's your membership benefit for that one.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. You can use it towards the food.
Each person.
Yes, because we'll have
Those
food. We have food
empanadas, while you can.
we have food at comedy till like 8 p.m. So yeah, you can order some delicious food from Chef Jose during our comedy nights as well. So we'll have the food through the shows also. So absolutely, Helene, we won't keep you any longer. We're know you're a little.
I do. I apologize. Had my second shot today and just feeling a little, but back fully vaccinated, coming back on Saturday. So excited. Not a
Get some
requirement
rest.
for everybody, just for me.
Well,
Get some
rest
rest
up.
and tell Tom to take care of you.
Yes,
Yeah, I will. Thank you. Thank you, Old York. Looking forward to year 7.
we'll see you.
All
We
right.
love you, Helene.
Thank you.
Bye. Okay,
Yeah.
so yep, Helene is jumping off, but we thought we would go through the wines in kind of a different order because we're going to be hopping over to our Quaker Bridge Mall location in a little bit. So first, we thought we would welcome everybody that's here. Thank you guys for joining us. We have Darren on the line with us tonight. Wave, Darren. He's our Director of Winery Operations. He's here tonight. I have Scott sitting here next to me, our winemaker. We have Mark on the line. He is our hospitality manager and the club director, so you guys all get to speak with him. I'm Lauren. I'm the sommelier here, the general manager. So we thought we would take the opportunity on this beautiful night to taste through some wines. Oh, Zeke, I
Yep,
love
Zeke.
your Zeke's in the house. He's also part of our winemaking team. Very, very nice background you got there, Zeke. I like it. So Zeke's going to be talking to us tonight about our peach reserve.
Yep,
Right?
absolutely.
So, so we'll throw it to Zeke when we taste that wine. So we're going to be tasting through the 3 wines that are sort of featured for our club this month. But like we always say, whatever you guys are drinking tonight, let's talk about the wines you got. If you have any questions, you have our winemaking team here in its entirety this evening. So take advantage of asking any and all questions you have about the wines, the winery, the vineyards, whatever questions you guys have. You have all access tonight.
Because Lauren loaded me up with 4 of them.
So tonight, specifically, we're going to be tasting through the Vintner's White and Red 5. And then we're also going to be tasting through the Peach Reserve. So those are the 3 wines that we're specifically tasting. But I know you guys all come with a wine, so feel free to ask any questions.
I came with this one too.
That's my 4th.
Our Rosé Reserve. So if
That's next month.
well, we're releasing it this month. It will be a featured wine next month.
Yes.
Sorry, I just can't help it.
But if as club members, you guys have early access to that wine. So we did release our Rosé Reserve. It's delicious and it's tasting beautiful right now. So it's perfect for this kind of a night.
Yeah, because Lauren already finished this bottle.
I did not. I did not. I stand accused, but I'm not gonna admit to that one. Okay. So tonight, first, we're going to be tasting, we'll start with the Vintner's White.
Sure.
So this is the Vintner's White 5. Scott, if you want to, and Darren and Zeke, if you guys want, I'll kick it to Scott or Darren first. Scott, you want to talk a little bit about it, and then we'll kick it to Darren to talk a little bit more.
So this is a blend. We blended this with 2 different wines. This is a Sauvignon Blanc and a Chardonnay. So it comes out very soft. The Chardonnay is all stainless steel, so it's not going to have any like tannins to it. So it's going to finish a little bit clean on the palate. The funniness of it is we're also pairing this tonight with the Red 5 and the Peach Reserve. But with the Chardonnay on this, because it's all stainless steel, you pull up a little bit of peach.
We got a
that.
Colleen cameo. Oh, she ran away. Sorry, Scott.
Colleen?
She ran away. Sorry to interrupt, Scott.
That's okay, but you'll pull up a little bit of a peach finish on this Vintner's Blend 5, just because of the Chardonnay, the way that we did the Chardonnay.
Darren, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny drinking this. It's if I was doing this in a blind, I would almost say Riesling from the blend. It's got that almost like a Riesling sort of. What a good Riesling has is like that little petrol on the nose.
Yep.
But then when you drink it, you definitely get the Sauv Blanc. You get a little of that. I'd say more of the New Zealand style Sauv Blanc, maybe a little herbal on the palate. And then the fruit,
Not real grassy.
and then a little, then the peach flavors do come up in the finish, and they're a long lasting finish. It lasts long. It's very fruitful on your palate. And I'm not drinking it real cold, so it's really expressing itself pretty nicely. So it's a pleasant surprise since we bottled it. It's really maturing good in the bottle.
Yeah, it softened up big time.
Yeah. It's definitely a good summertime drink. It's easy.
Yeah,
I had some tonight, preemptively with my dinner. And I thought it's got the same thing, the peach, but I also got some pear. It's almost like, you got the 7-Up, it's lemon, lime. I taste a little pear, a little peach. Also, like you said, the soft acidity there, it's really nice. It gives some weight because there was a little bit of, Darren, you remember the residual on that? There's a little bit of residual there.
It's going to be between the two blend. It's going to be about 0.3%.
0.3, yeah. It takes a little bit of it, but it wasn't too big. And I had it with some spicy food tonight, okay? And it goes really good if you like spicy Thai or things like that. It will go really great with that, whether it
That's a great
be seafood or chicken
Yeah.
or whatever. It just really worked with the heat, tempered the heat, but the fruit still came forward, and it's really good.
Yeah, because I find it still has a nice, it's a little bit of residual, but still has a nice sort of acid component to it too. It's very well balanced, even though it may have like a little fruit forward or a little bit of residual to it. And I definitely agree, Zeke. I like that little bit of pear in there. I think it's kind of unique. I mean, you don't see Sauvignon Blanc and Chardonnay sort of blended together, but I think they go together really well, especially in particular.
Yeah, they do go very well together. Both of them complement each other just because they can, if you're not doing them in oak, they can be very broad, all the way around as far as spectrum of taste.
Yeah, and I got to say, as the novice wine person in the group, I would never think that those two would go together, and it does work really nicely. Yeah.
Well, we don't follow the rules, so we always try to have something a little different.
Yep.
Plus, we like to give the club members something fun too, something
Right.
different that's not like on our regular menu. So it's kind of an opportunity for you guys to play around a little bit. You always seem to have
Yeah.
some fun with like the Vintner's ones. You're like, oh, let's try this.
All the blends are always the most fun when you're sitting there doing the blends. One, we get to taste them all day, so we're leaving happy. And then
Have a good time.
and then two, when you hit on something good and you got it right, it's fun to share that with our customers.
I agree too. This is not, and we had it sort of in our wine fridge, but it's been sitting out here for about 20 minutes or so, and it's like warmed up a little bit, and it really, like you said, starts to express itself a little bit more.
Yeah. Especially when it warms on your palate, it just keeps giving and giving and giving.
This is part of the wines of the month this month for our club members.
Correct.
So you can come in, you can pick these up, or they can exchange them for whatever they would like, as far as their club membership is concerned.
Yeah, but the broad band of pairing these with foods and stuff like that, I wouldn't know why you would want to trade it in.
Yeah, this is extremely
Yeah.
versatile.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, this would please, I think, anybody. I mean, from just doing apps into your meal even.
Yep.
Yep, and like Zeke said too, food with a little bit of heat, which can sometimes be a little challenging with food pairings. I mean, with wine pairings, I find. But
those I always end up with Riesling or something like that on something Thai or something like that. But this would go with it well.
Yeah, if this had more acidity, it'd be, I think, a little bit more difficult to match with the with spicy foods. But since it does have acidity, but it's soft and it's kind of round and it just works with it, cuts through that heat and just really marries well with it.
Absolutely. Very, very good. What did you guys think? Does anybody have any thoughts or any questions? I know we have like our regular club members that are always on, and like I said, if you guys are tasting something else tonight, we can certainly talk about whatever you guys are tasting, but we just thought it would be kind of fun just to have these 3 wines to talk through.
Or if you have any questions on something you have drank of ours already, and we can answer them while we're here.
What's even more fun is that we have Anthony on the line too. Anthony handles a lot of our specialty tastings, but he's not just a member, he's also a client. Anthony works at Old York Cellars, but he is also a Vintner Club member.
Is that how he got this link?
That is how I got the link.
Get
Yeah.
the link as a club member or
I
as an
got the link. I got the email from Mark. That's right. That's exactly right.
Very
I'm
good.
actually tasting something a little bit different right now. So
Oh, what do you got
Nice.
there?
Cab
we
Reserve.
have the old
Reserve.
cab reserve.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
And that one's certainly one that's changed a lot since we released it. Holy
Oh,
moly.
yeah, it has.
I had
I'm
that.
sitting on the deck and I have a little beef on the barbecue right now, so that's what's gonna accompany it.
Nice. Very good.
But that one's to me is a perfect example of it's just sort of it's mellowing in the bottle a lot. I mean, I've had that one a couple times recently, and it's completely different than when we first put it in the bottle.
All right. I'll be right over, Anthony.
Where'd Scott go?
If only he could hop into the back of the camera, that would be the
Yeah,
best.
that would be awesome.
By the way, to everyone who's on, these are probably more fun for us than they are for you.
Oh, crap. This ain't Anthony's. Damn it, I'm on the wrong house.
Again, different
Back into the
camera.
stool, sir. No, I'm good.
Okay.
I got a couch over there. In
Yeah,
the
you got a
cabana.
couch. I got a
ca-
stool.
Yeah, I got a couch over in
Yeah,
the cabana. I'm
alright.
going back to the cabana.
Yeah.
Now that I didn't find Anthony's.
Wrong camera.
Might have been tasting a little bit today, guys. Sorry.
So we kind of have something fun tonight. We thought Alyssa is, if she's still on the line there. Hi, Alyssa.
Hey, Alyssa.
Hi everyone. How are you guys?
Alyssa's one of the managers over at our Quaker Bridge Mall location. And also, if you've been enjoying a lot of our posts on social media, Alyssa's been helping with a lot of those. So she's breathing some fun life into our social media accounts. So we love that. But Alyssa, we thought it would be kind of fun to sort of bring it over to her because we are starting with the food menu again, Wednesday through Sunday here at the winery. So we thought it would be kind of fun. We have a few changes to the menu this year. Not a lot, but we do have a few changes to the winery menu.
Yeah, we added a couple sandwiches, kind of a Spanish grilled cheese, which is kind of fun. Tortilla cheese, which is kind of a smoky, funky cheese that gets melted between the bread with the quince jam. And he serves that with some Marcana almonds, which is very cool. We have a couple tapas additions, pickled mussels. Now, if no one's ever been to Spain or Portugal, the canning industry in regards to seafood there is incredibly popular. It's not what we have here in the US. In the US, we have bumblebee tuna. Over there, they are actually delicacies. And so Chef Jose has imported some Galicia mussels that are just fantastic, served with just olives and some Spanish picos. And on top of that, we added a couple popular items from the Quaker Bridge Mall, the ham croquettes. We put a vegetarian empanada in there. And we also we changed our vegetable sandwich a little bit with some grilled eggplant. And no, it's good stuff. I mean, that was my lunch today. My lunch today was the Spanish grilled cheese and chicken empanadas because I knew I was going to have some wine tonight. So I figured I'd carve up just a little bit.
Nice. Yesterday was the Spain sandwich was mine yesterday.
Yeah, so well, and it's great for the employees because now there's lunch Wednesday through Sunday. I'll have to pack a lunch. So we now have expanded it back Wednesday through Sunday. You can come here and get the new spring food menu here at the winery. And coming up, we'll be putting out some posts soon about things that we're going to be doing for Mother's Day. We're going to have a fun add-on to your reservations here for Mother's Day weekend with a nice platter of cheeses and meats and some desserts, some cupcakes and truffles and things like that. And then at our Quaker Bridge Mall location, we have lots of stuff going on. So he's always has new additions to the menu there. We're going to have a nice Mother's Day meal as well as a Mother's Day brunch on Saturday and Sunday. He does a delicious brunch, which is hard to find. It's hard to find places that do brunch. So having brunch there is really cool. But Alyssa thought it would be kind of fun just to say hello to the chef. If you guys haven't been to our Quaker Bridge Mall location, just to kind of get a glimpse of what's going on there, say hello to the chef, and just see what's going on over there.
Perfect. Let me take you guys out of the office. We were going through our dinner rush, so it was a little noisy out there, and I wanted to make sure that I could hear you guys when you guys introduced me. But so yeah, this is our Quaker Bridge location over here.
So we have indoor seating and then we have outdoor seating as well. So whatever you're interested in. We have a full Spanish menu there, paella, tapas, amazing entrees, seafood entrees. There's something for everybody. He's even got little stuff for the kiddos. But all the food that's here is coming from that location, so it's all really super delicious. But we thought we'd fun to say hi to Chef. Hi, Chef.
Chef Jose.
Chef Jose. ¿Cómo está, señor?
Muy bien. ¿Todo bien por ahí?
Ah,
He's out
sí,
here
sí, sí.
cooking. Yeah.
What's he making? What's he up to, Alyssa? What's he making?
What are you making, Sean?
¿De paella?
Oh, he's making paella del chef, it looks like. Paella del chef for a table, which has chorizo, bomba rice, and then I believe some grouper and maybe some chicken in it too. So they're really nice to split.
And Mark, that's the
Yeah.
paella that we have here too, right? The paella del
Correct.
chef.
Yeah, we have the
You guys have
paella
that
del
at the
chef
diner.
and the paella vegetarian.
Yeah, he's got a nice little fire going. So yeah, all good things at Quaker Bridge going on. I just tried our gazpacho soup today, which we're going to be adding. It's a chilled traditional Spanish soup, really nice for the spring and summer. I had the beef empanadas, which are at the winery, and they were really good. Chef said that they make them handmade here and everything. So they're like artisan empanadas, the beef, chicken, and veggie ones. So
Yeah, Lauren has walked into the Quaker Bridge Mall and seen the
operation.
factory.
Yeah, empanada factory, as it were.
It's a little noisy. We always got some bachata music playing. The fires are always going. Very, very Spanish cuisine in
That
here.
helps
So
to make it more authentic.
exactly. We love it, and the customers love it too. So it's definitely awesome in here. But yeah, if you guys get a chance, come and check us out at Quaker Bridge. But the winery food is going to be just as great too. So
Yeah. So we just thought it'd be fun to sort of show, if you haven't been to that location, go check it out. Delicious wines and then traditional amazing Spanish cuisine from Chef Jose. So we just thought it'd be kind of fun to give Chef Jose a shout out tonight.
Yeah.
And Alyssa. You,
And
you-
Alyssa.
you may find Alyssa there too.
Yes.
Erin, I'll probably be here too.
Yes. Make sure if you stop by that location, you say hi to Alyssa.
Awesome.
She's usually there keeping Chef in line.
Exactly. Someone's got to do it here.
Yeah, good luck with that, darling.
Thanks.
All right. So thank
guys.
you, Alyssa. We'll come see you soon. And thank you so much for hopping on. Thank you. We're gonna keep tasting some wines, but you're more than welcome to stay on the line. I know you're busy over there, so you don't have to, but thank you so much. And thank you to the chef.
Yeah, thank you guys. Enjoy the wine.
Bye. Okay. Wine number 2. No. So wine number 2 is we'll do the red, the Vintner's Red. So you want to talk a little bit about the Vintner's Red?
The Vintner's Blend 5. Darren, you have all the breakdown of this one here, all of our percentages. So this was one of those ones where we did a really good bench trials. And so this is one of those ones that we had a lot of fun at by the time we got done with this one.
What's a bench trial?
Well, when you just have the wine in front of you, and then you just keep making different blends and drinking them.
Yeah.
It's
So
a
we
lot
call
of
them
really
bench trials.
expected a different answer than that.
Yes,
I-
we call them bench trials.
Tough job you have, Darren. Tough job.
Yes, it is. I
Let's
swear,
put a little
we-
of this in there.
It's one of the
called-
few jobs where
It's
we
called day
love,
drinking.
yes, we love what we do, and you never really have a bad day. So
No, not at all. Yeah.
it
You
always
come up and
was.
visit my building enough, Mark.
That is the biggest perk to my job. In case anyone, if anyone ever sees me in the tank room, it is because I am asking for wine.
Right.
Not cases to sell someone. Out of the Zeke just today, he was kind enough to pour me what's going to be a new release Sauvignon Blanc,
Reserve.
which I believe we're releasing next month.
Next month, May.
And I'm totally psyched about it.
Yep, that's gonna be a good one too.
And all the times that Mark's in there when you don't know, Scott. That's the big.
That's what I'm getting. Yeah, because Zeke didn't tell me about that today.
We left already. What can I say?
Yeah.
I think he hits it all up one at a time.
Yeah. He comes to you, then he comes to me, then he goes to Zeke. Yeah.
And just gets the same stuff.
Wait a second here.
Your secret
A
is
bad
out.
rap.
It's the problem with Zoom. They're all on the line at one time. It's like having both your parents in the same room.
Oh my God.
So yeah, more about the Vintner's blend. It's 65% Merlot. It's 23% Cab Sauv, 6% Syrah, and 6% Cab Franc. So when you're drinking it, it's very nice, soft tannins. You can almost taste the Merlot is going to give you more of the cherry. The Cab is giving you more of that spicy clove. And then the Syrah is giving you a little jamminess. And the Cab Franc is going to give you a little bit of the peppery.
Yep.
So they sort of express themselves nicely together.
Yeah, the biggest thing I pull up is the Syrah, but I mean, Mark knows I'm the Syrah guy, so I'm pulling up 6% right there in the mid palate. I'm pulling up that Syrah.
Right, and it took us 162 blends to come up with this one. We love it.
One thing I like about this wine, I took notes again here too, but it's really balanced, really nice.
Yeah.
And you can the tannins are there, but they're not too big. The acidity is there, it balanced with the tannins, and it has lots of fruit. But it's complex. But it's not too big, it's not too small, it's just really nicely balanced. So it'll go with a lot of foods too, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, I was going to ask you guys.
Whatever
like-
Anthony's cooking on his grill would go excellent.
I hope he's
with
not
the
over
grilled-
looking at Anthony.
grilled-
We
yeah.
haven't seen you get up and check on it.
And
No.
Anthony,
I did. I actually got up and took it off and brought it inside to rest a little bit before.
All
I
right, the London broil is 8 minutes aside.
But it's got to rest 20 minutes. So it's got to rest 20 minutes before you carve it up.
It's resting right now.
On our next Zoom, our winemakers will go through the culinary delicacies that they cook on a daily basis.
Is what I do.
If we lose Anthony in 20 minutes, we'll know dinner's ready.
To Zeke's point, what I think is really cool about this wine, especially on the palate, is like you literally you get all those specific elements at different parts on your tongue, right? So you get that, you get the berry around the front, you do get that tannin, you get the acid, like you get all those separate pieces, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. And if you're familiar with our wines and you know each individual wine, you'll see where they come in different parts of the blend. Like I said, mid palate is where I pull up the Syrah.
Yep.
You know, on the end is where I pull up the Cab Franc and stuff. So it's you're gonna pull up different parts in different areas.
Yep.
Yeah. And the tannins are nice and soft. They're more like a dusty tannin.
They're there, but they're not overpowering at all.
Yeah, very nice. And that's what'll make it very food friendly.
Mm-hmm. And it makes it age nicely too.
This one's a little meatier than the blend 4. The blend 4 was more like a Pinot Noir, it was a little bit lighter, but consistently in the specialty tastings on the weekends, it's a fan favorite for sure. This one.
Yeah, because when I had the blend 3, it was a very full bodied blend 3. So at that time, everybody was like, you know, can you make something a little bit more like a Pinot Noir? So then when I came out with the blend 4, I made that a little bit lighter, had a little bit lighter characteristics to it, a little bit more acidity to it. So I did that one, and then everybody was like, we want to go back towards where you were with 3. So all the Vintner Club members were all talking about how they like the 3. So that's why with this one here, we went back to something a little bit.
Definitely, yeah. It's almost in between the two in a way.
I agree, Anthony. I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
It is, to me, it's not as full body. This to me is a little bit more sort of medium body. It doesn't, it's not quite as heavy on the palate.
Yeah.
So I do agree with that, Anthony. I think it's kind of like somewhere in the middle, which makes it very appealing, I think.
Yeah, that's what we were going for. The club members spoke, and so that's where we went.
Well, I have to say, Scott, you guys did a great job because when we're doing the specialty tastings on the weekend and we have people who are not club members.
Thank you, Shirley.
This wine sells a lot of memberships just so people can have access to it,
Yeah, because that's the only people that do have access to it.
Yeah.
That and the tasting room guy that comes up to my my building.
And we do appreciate our members. So, and we really do want feedback from the members because it helps us, because we're not making a wine for us. We're making it for all you guys. So,
And they
Um,
do tell us what they like and
Yeah.
what they would like to see us. I mean, we haven't really done Cabernet Franc yet, so that was sort of a new. And even when you talk about the 4 from last year, that had a lot of Pinot in it, which was which was something new for us too. So we keep trying to add in different blends. We've been working more with Chamberson lately too, so we've had a lot of people ask for that. So we've been trying to, work with some different grapes and have some fun with the blending.
Yeah. So that's next month's wine is the Samberson.
Yep.
Well, but yeah, as far as with the reds and the whites and stuff like that, all the blends, it's the Vintner Club members are who ask for certain flavors, and we try and provide it for them.
Yep. And I personally love blends. I think I have a tendency, just in my own sort of wine buying, I have a tendency to buy blends. I find them fun and interesting, and it's neat to kind of pull them apart. And I find them to be very versatile.
Yeah, because they're more universal. I mean, they complement everything between your heavier dishes, the lighter sauces. They complement everything that you're gonna put them with.
Yep. And you're able to sort of fill in the blanks too. I mean, as winemakers, I'm sure it allows you some opportunity to maybe sort of fill in some blanks if things don't come in the necessarily way you want, or something needs a little bit more acid, or something needs a little bit more sort of fruit or out. Like, it allows you to kind of fill in the gaps a little bit.
We use all the tools at our disposal. So it's nice to have all these wines, because you can. I always like blends because I think they're endless possibilities. And then you can always make something just a little bit better.
But I mean, that's the traditional winemaking, right? So, I mean, they've, that's how they used to, have always done it, using blends. The single varietal thing is kind of a new concept.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you're always trying to make something that is more complete from the start to the finish. And that's what blends do.
Yeah.
And you'll see that in the future in some of our single varieties, we'll be bumping in little bits of other wines too, just to make them a little better. So as long as it's 75%, or we like to stick to 80% of the varietal, you're allowed to put the varietal on the label. So we can blend in up to 20%, up to 25 actually, of something else in, and still call it Cabernet Sauvignon. So that's always good for us to do. And you'll see that in the future as we go, because there's just sometimes you got a straight cab and it's good, but maybe a little Merlot or a little Syrah will just make it that much better. So that's what we're always trying to do, is make the best product we can with the fruit we have.
All right. So we should maybe try some peach.
Yeah.
Move on to the peach.
Let's do it.
Peach Reserve.
So maybe we should talk a little bit about, so we have 2 different peach wines. We have our Peach Reserve, and then we have our Sweet Peach, which is part of our sweet fruit line. That's the line that we sort of designed for Wegmans. So that one is available at all of our Wegmans locations all throughout New Jersey. It's become very popular at the winery too. I find people either discover it at Wegmans, and then when they come to the winery, they want it, or vice versa. They kind of come here, they taste it, they love it, then they go to our Wegmans locations and purchase it. So, but I think, there is a little bit of a difference between the two. So we thought it'd be kind of fun to have the Peach Reserve in one of our packages, just to sort of show the differences between them.
So the Peach Reserve has a little bit more. It seems like it has more peach to it, only because it's got.
I mean, it's 100% peach.
It's 100% peach, but even the sweet peach is 100% peach. But the sweet peach at the Wegmans one is gonna be a little bit more of that the summer type of a wine.
What's higher? Is it high residual?
It's a little higher in residual, so it's that summertime type of wine. Where the reserve peach is more of that, you could have it with something at dinner. You can have it something a little bit on the lighter side. You can have it with an Asian pear grilled salad or something like that, where you can put the Peach Reserve with it.
Yeah.
Because it is a little bit drier. It's only 3% residual compared to the sweet peach is almost 4.5 to 5. So this one is 3%, and we use a yeast called R2 with this one. So the R2 keeps a little bit of the acidity in there, keeps it a little bit cleaner, keeps it a little bit more life to it. So it makes it seem cleaner on the palate.
Yeah.
So you're able to pair it with, with different things.
Can I interrupt real quick? You know, I see that Roger's on the line.
Yeah.
And Roger, I just want to say hi. Roger is Scott's father. He also keeps our beehives here.
Yeah.
And he cultivates our honey and he keeps us all in line.
Yeah, you got that right.
He comes down to the winery, he looks at me, he's like, "You working?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm working, Roger." Yeah. But
You guys in line. Well, I'm the tank taster. I'm not a.
just wanted to say hi, Roger, man. I saw you there.
Everybody's dad.
Hello, all of you.
Sorry to interrupt, Scott.
No, no problem, not at all, especially with that. But yeah, the honey comes in a big plant here on the at Old York Cellar, so we it's very universal all the way around the vineyard. So, and the bees keep the outside of the vineyard in check. So that's what we use the bees for.
I would say we have a lot of customers that come here for the honey. I mean, it's been here since we opened. We've had the honey for sale since we opened, and the bees and the hives here. And I mean, we get people who comment and come here for the honey all the time.
Yeah.
Oh man, when people walk into the tasting room or the Vista room and they see the honey there, they'll look and be like, "Hey, where do you guys get your honey?" And I go like, right down there.
Yep.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh, of course, Roger, man.
Yeah.
My honey's good. My wife yells at me if I don't bring it home every couple of weeks. So actually, I should be mad at you. Yeah.
I'll get you a big jar, Mike.
But one of the things I would like to say about this peach reserve, because I think it's an important thing, is that we have a lot of customers who come in who go, I don't like sweet wines, or they'll kind of glaze past like that whole section of our menu. But what has always been very nice about, because we do this peach reserve, we have the blackberry reserve. Those have been the two fruit wines that we've had since we opened. And I always tell people, it's not what you think. It's not your typical sweet fruit wine. A lot of care goes into it. The same thoughtfulness that goes into when they make all the wines that we make here.
The same energy goes into Pinot Gris and Cabernet as it does the peach reserve or the blackberry reserve. Actually, more into these because, you know, if you look at peach juice, it's very cloudy.
Yeah.
So it takes a very long time to get it
clear.
Yeah.
So it's very time consuming to do peach and blackberry red compared to Pinot or Vito.
But they don't have that sticky sweet finish. So
It's not like ice cream where it leaves you thirsty when you're done.
No.
They have a clean finish, and that's what we sort of shoot for. We're shooting for that clean finish. And I think that's what surprises most people when they drink it. They're really expecting, and there is a sweetness there, but it's not overpowering and it finishes clean. And we do that with our acidities and everything to make sure it's balanced. You don't want to just a sugar bomb or something like you said, you eat ice cream, you want something to drink after. But that's what makes these a little more food friendly, is because they finish so nice and clean.
But there's people all the time that are not fruit wine drinkers. They don't like anything sweet, but they taste either this or the blackberry reserve, and they love it because, again, it's something fun and different. They have a sweetness to them, but to your point, Darren, they're not sticky sweet. They finish nice and clean, and it makes them approachable and drinkable for anybody.
It's very close to where the pit is of the peach, where it tastes like that. And same thing with the blackberry reserve. It tastes just like it's got that tartness like a blackberry.
Yep.
And stuff. Zeke, do you have the notes on this one?
No, actually, I don't. I left them at the office. But you're right. It is a drier version, and it has more structure, has more. It has more personality than just the sweet peach that we create for Wegmans. It's I guess you can say a more serious type of peach wine, and that's kind of like the difference between the two.
Yeah, like I said, you do this with a grilled Asian pear salad, and it's going to pair very well with it.
Mm-hmm. But I would even say, like, if you're just sitting out and having some appetizers and things like that, just like sort of picky foods, this to me is even dry enough if you wanted something a little different, something a little unusual. I mean, especially this peach reserve, to me, would be fine with that. Some salads, some cheeses, things like that. It would be absolutely fine.
Oh, I think it would pair nice with cheeses.
Yeah.
And just your fresh fruits, whatever you're eating.
That's what I'm saying. Just sort of like, kind of a whole bunch of different.
And because it does have that clean finish, it does have more mass appeal.
But
it's harder for our tasting room people to sell it because everybody's thinking, oh my gosh, it's a fruit wine, it's going to be real sweet, but that's not always the case.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part, is getting to kind of go there and try that. But once they do, I think it gives them
It's
a new.
very similar to like a lot of people doing Rieslings. They're sweet, but sometimes they're not. Like ours isn't that sweet.
No, especially this go round. The Riesling is very nice and dry and food friendly, and
I love this new Riesling.
Yeah. So what was your favorite, Scott?
I'm the Shiraz guy. I still go back to the blend 5 red.
I'm still with you. I'm a red guy too, so I love the reds.
Yeah.
And, you know, we spent the most time on that one too.
We did. Yeah, the white was sort of like 2 tries, and we're like, there it is.
There it is.
And we're like, man, we'll just finish what we have just to play.
Yeah.
I normally have a tendency to gravitate towards the red wines, but I found the white to be very fun and different. You know, I think
in your setting right now, because you're outside, that would be perfect.
Oh,
yeah.
If I was with Anthony, I'd be looking at the red.
Yeah.
But it's really hard.
I don't know. It got a little windy and chilly out of the winery right now. I'm starting to regret doing this outdoors thing.
I'm seeing the umbrella is moving a little bit behind you.
Look
there.
at these colors. Like, look at the colors on the screen here. I mean, like,
Yeah.
this.
The colors behind you, Mark, are just beautiful.
I mean, this is what it's all about.
Yeah, that is pretty.
Yep. And we've got it here too. I mean, just sort of looking out over the vineyard. But like I was saying, I find it more challenging to find whites that have some structure, that have some character, that have, you know, can stand up to a lot of different types of food. It's kind of hard to find sort of that medium bodied white, right? That can stand up to food in the same way I find it's a little bit easier to do that with a red. So for me, this white to me is something different and unique. And I think it's, like I said, it's sort of more for me in that medium body category. I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I like it.
And in the big picture, nobody's ever wrong. You drink what you like. That's what it comes down to.
Absolutely.
That's why we make all these wines.
When I'm here on the weekends, you know, everyone's always asking, what do I like, or what does the staff like? And I'm constantly telling them, what do you like?
Yep.
It doesn't matter. Like, my taste is, I'm going to go home. Wait, what was that?
Whatever I hand you up in the
whatever
tank
Scott gives me, that's what I like.
Hey, for all intents and purposes, yes. And then also, like, I go home and I have a scotch at the end of the night. Like, what I'm gonna like is gonna be very different than the person that likes this peach reserve, you know. So, you know, no. And what I loved the most when I first started here was talking to Lauren, Scott, Darren, Zeke. You know, these are people whose life is wine. And they're the least pretentious people I've ever met in my life. And that's the thing about wine. It shouldn't be confusing. It shouldn't be, you know, making people nervous. You're supposed to enjoy it. I don't care if you like the Peach Reserve over the Merlot Reserve or this. If you enjoy it, man, everything's cool.
Exactly. My taste palates change daily.
Yeah.
So I come in here, I want the Merlot. And I'm always a big Shiraz guy. And then when we were putting up these tents and stuff like that, and it was that day that everything was collapsing on me.
You wanted tequila.
I ended up with cab, the regular cab is what I ended up with that day. And it was just sort of one of those days where me and Dad were sitting down there at picnic tables. All the tents were on the ground. And I'm like, yeah, it's a cab day.
Cab day.
Yeah, we need some cab.
Need something with a little kick to it. Yeah.
So it was just one of those days. But I mean, it's always changing. So it depends on, you know, the day. You know, here you pick a picnic lunch and enjoy the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and our whole job is to make wines for everybody. So we want, if you come to Old York, we want to think we have something for everybody. So even if you're a wine drinker, we'll have something you like. Even if you're not a wine drinker, we think we'll have something you like. So,
Yeah, for
we
sure.
really strive to make something for everybody.
Yeah, you guys do a fantastic job. I mean, you make my job a little bit easier sometimes.
Can we do a toast to the winemaking team, the amazing winemaking team?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers.
Oh,
Thanks.
cheers.
Great job.
Cheers, Zeke, Darren, Scott. You guys rock. Hmm.
Except when you yell at me for drinking out of the tank. I don't like that.
Well, that's why you go by yourself. Then nobody yells at you.
As
I
long
do
as
have
you
the key.
lower
I
the
do
lid.
have. I don't have any keys around here. I do have the keys to that room.
Yeah.
See?
Well, as long as you
Priorities.
lower the lid when you're done.
Oh, I'm supposed to do that?
Yeah, you're supposed to lower the lid after you're done.
Ah.
Yeah. Well, you got to pull it up, make sure it's dry, so no bubbles are on top, and then let it back down.
Still things to learn.
If you can't do that, don't take it anymore.
Obviously, everyone on the line sees that all of us who work here don't get along at all. We
No,
all really
Absolutely.
hate each other.
Yeah.
not at all. We don't look forward to this evening every month. Well, that
This
being
is really
said,
for us, not for you guys.
oh,
Sorry.
totally. No, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, that being said, these are the 3 wines for the club members this month. We have our Vintner's Blend 5 White, Vintner's Blend. Can you read those comments? Because I can't read them.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Okay,
You're
good.
on it?
Because I don't have my glasses on, and that's
Don't mess with
absolutely
the wine, Mark.
Yeah, so don't mess with the wines, Mark. All right, Mark, you're banned from my building. I'll have to meet you at the vegetable garden.
So yeah, the 3 wines for this month: the Vintner's Blend White, the Vintner's Blend Red, and the Peach Reserve. But as club members, you're welcome to swap these selections out for something else. But it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We hope to see you soon. Come out for our spring kickoff, which starts this weekend. So we're going to start having music Fridays during the day and Fridays at night. So we'll start having music 6 to 9 p.m. You'll get to have this view as you listen to some music on Friday nights. Then music Saturdays and Sundays, 12 to 6:30. Chef Jose's menu. So there's a lot going on. Comedy, as Helene pointed out in the beginning, kicks off on Saturday. So we're really excited about that. And obviously Alyssa gave a little shout out from Quaker Bridge. If you haven't been to our Quaker Bridge location, by all means, go say hello to the chef and Alyssa. We will have the food here Wednesdays through Sunday as well. I think I covered everything.
You covered everything, but
I can take a breath.
Yeah, take a breath. And next month is going to be the Malbec, the Rose Reserve,
Rosé
and
Reserve,
the Blueberry.
And the blueberry.
So that's next month.
So join us next month. Again, bring whatever wines. I don't know if anybody, Mark, you've sort of been watching the comments. I don't know if anybody has any questions before we sign off tonight. Does anybody on the line have any questions? Have you been answering everybody?
Joan up there, anybody have anything?
Next time you have to give me some wine to taste.
We'll do that for you next week.
Oh,
Hi.
yes, Jack Daniels. I didn't think I was right.
And Chef Jose's menu is not to be, it needs to be explored, because I stopped in not too long ago, and those mussels, those pickled mussels, are unbelievable. Just paired with those olives and a little bit of chili oil he drizzles over, they're amazing. So definitely stop by the Quaker Bridge location to check those out.
Hi.
I did have a question. Do you ever have splits at the winery?
We have the splits in the Chardonnay, the Cabernet, the Wood Exit Red, the Wood Exit White, and the Wood Exit Blush.
We typically don't sell those at the winery. We sell the larger bottles at the winery. If you ever wanted to purchase them online or wanted to pick them up for anything else, you can shoot me an email, just reply to any of the club emails that I send you ad nauseum at times, and I'd be happy to put some aside for you to pick them up.
Okay. I think
Or if you
normally
need them
I
in
need a-
bulk or with custom labels, we do that as well.
I normally need a full bottle, but for a tasting, maybe I would have one of each.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, we have the tasting plates too. So if you wanted to just do the 6 wines, that's always fun too, to try different stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Very
Hello.
familiar.
I'm with you. I'm like a salad bar girl. So it's like, I like the variety. I like the flights. I like, little this, little that. So.
So I do have a question. We've got some of the Merlot Reserve to archive. What's the best way to store that? And for how long?
Definitely in the closet or in the basement.
In the basement.
Yeah,
Yep.
cool and dark.
Yep. Upside down or on its side. We store everything at the vineyard is always upside down, because that's how we store our pallets. So everything's upside down, and everything is usually at about 65 to 72 degrees.
Okay.
Yeah, in a perfect world, you keep the cork wet. You're leaving it down so the cork remains wet. So it doesn't have to be upside down, but at least sort of laying or mostly tilted so that cork remains wet.
Okay.
And then out of the sun, because heat and sunlight really are the biggest things that can hurt your wine.
Yeah, because it creates that microclimate inside the bottle. If the sun hits the bottle, it's a greenhouse inside of it, and you don't even know. It could be 85 degrees inside the bottle, but it's 70 degrees inside your house, and you don't know it.
Mhm.
So always keep.
And that's a good wine.
Yeah.
My opinion, like the non-winemaker sommelier guy, that's a great wine to keep around. I have just loved that wine all winter long.
And then they'll last a good 8 years.
I was going to ask Darren. That's a good thing. I was wondering how.
Really,
long
that's
you
you're
got
thinking that one's good
that's
8
gonna-
year?
When will
Yeah.
it peak? When do you think it will
Well,
peak?
see, that's the thing. That's another thing I always have a thing with when somebody says peak, because it really is your personal preference. You might like the fresh fruit forwardness of the wine, and basically as the wine ages, you're going to lose a little bit of the spice of the fruit aromas and go more to the spice aromas. And
Funny, Zeke and I were talking about that exact thing today.
The tannins are going to soften up. So there's really, we make the wines, our red wines, 5 to 8 years easy. The sweeter they are, usually the faster you want to drink them. But even our white wines are good for about 3 years. The fruit wines are similarly still good for at least 2 to 3 years as well. So everything's pretty stable. I mean, they might add age to them a little bit, but they're going to start to get flat. You're going to lose the aroma. The tannins are going to soften up, and the acids are going to soften up, and it just becomes a little bit flabby. But really, it is personal preference what you like. You might like that little hit of tannin up front on a younger one, and some people might like it older. So we make them to drink now and age up to at least 8 years for the reds, and whites up to 3 years.
You know, Darren, that I never usually have that problem because wine doesn't last that
Yeah.
long.
No.
We don't really either.
You would think as winemakers we have a big wine cellar, but no, because when my friends come over, they all want it, and I'm kind of lazy. So if I have a bottle in the house, I'm not going to run to the liquor store and get something. I'll just drink what I got in the house.
Yeah, it peaks for me right about a week after I get it. So.
Yeah, that's perfect.
True.
Yeah.
And
the
with
Merlot
market-
has enough tannins onto it where it's going to hold on and very good compared to like the regular cab, the white label cab. You don't want that in about 4 to 5 years compared to the reserves.
Right, and I think most wines peak for Zeke about on the ride home.
It's pretty much.
You look like Brando there, man.
I know, right?
I thought it was Crocodile Dundee.
There you go.
Anybody else have any other questions for our winemaking team? No? I know, I think, Mark, you've been responding to all the comments.
Yeah, I'm on it.
All right, thank you. All right, so if we don't have any other questions, we will sign off for tonight. Thank you all for joining us. We will be back again in May. Stay tuned for the links. It'll be the second Thursday of the month again, 7 p.m. So join us and hang out with us, talk about wine, drink some wine. And thank you all for being club members. We truly appreciate all of you. And we hope to see you guys again soon.
Mark, was that your mom that texted that you're doing very good?
No. And also, hey guys, listen. Next month, if you want to get on, have your friends. I don't care if they're members. Just like this is kind of fun. This is a good thing. Invite whomever you'd like.
Absolutely. You guys got the link, so.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers. Thank you, everybody.
Cheers.
Thanks, everybody.
Cheers, everyone.
Night.